So in this video, we're going to look at two different ways a bank may use to determine if you are a smart bet for giving you a loan on buying a house. And the two methods that they mainly use are looking at the front end ratio and the back end ratio. So this first example, Tom and Lori Courtney are considering buying a house and are researching the potential costs. Their adjusted gross income is $135,511. The mortgage payment for the house that they want would be $1,233. Their annual property taxes would be $9,400. The homeowner's insurance premium would be $876 per year. Will the bank lend them $190,000 to purchase the house? So the bank will be using a front-end ratio to determine if the borrowers can afford the monthly payment. The ratio should be 28% or less. So the first thing we need to do is turn everything into monthly amounts. So the mortgage payment is already a monthly amount. The property tax, it says it's annual. So the property tax, we would have to take that $9,400 and divide it by 12. So that would be the amount for the property tax. The homeowner's insurance they gave us is per year. So we would have to divide that by 12. And that ends up being $73 a month. And the last thing we need to change into a monthly amount is the adjusted gross income. So you divide the gross income by 12. So the next thing we want to do is find the front end ratio. And the front end ratio is the monthly housing expenses divided by the monthly gross income. So this is only going to include the mortgage amount plus the property tax plus the homeowner's insurance. And that all is going to be divided, that total, by the monthly gross income, which would be $11,292. So when you add the top and divide it, you get approximately 0.185. And then to convert it into a percent, don't forget to move your decimal, and that's 18.5%. So remember, the ratio needs to be 28% or less. So the first thing we do is 18.5% less than 28%? Well, yes. So in this case, the bank would say that this couple could afford the house. So in the next example, we're going to look at the back end ratio. Okay. And we're looking at Bill and Terry Noak. They're considering buying a house and need to figure out what they can afford. So their adjusted gross income is $166,988. Their monthly mortgage payment would be $1,544. Their annual property taxes, now that's annual, so we need to convert that to monthly, is $9,888. Home insurance premium cost them $1,007 per year, so that also needs to be converted. They have $510 per month car loan. Their average monthly credit card bill is $5,100. Would the bank lend them $210,000 to purchase their house? So the bank in this case is using a back end ratio to determine if they can afford it, and the ratio needs to be 36% or less. So first we want to find the monthly amounts for homeowners insurance and property taxes. So we take those two amounts and divide them by 12 each. Then we need to figure out what are the total monthly expenses. Now, the difference with the back end ratio versus the front end ratio is in the back end ratio, they take into account all of your expenses. So they're going to include how much do you have on a car loan? how much your credit card bills. These amounts are all going to be included on your monthly expenses. Whereas with the front end ratio, they only cared about your mortgage, your tax, and your homeowner's insurance. So those three plus the car loan and the average monthly are all added together for a total of $8,062. This is going to be the top of your back end ratio. Divide it by our monthly gross income, which they had already calculated for us they didn't calculate it for us. The adjusted gross income is $166,988, so we need to divide that by 12. Then we do our calculation and we get 0.579. Now, the ratio needed to be 36% or less. So 57.9% is not less than 38%. So the bank will not give the loan in this case because their back end ratio is so much higher than their limit.